Hello and welcome to YakShaver Sprint Review 115. Let's jump right into it and look at the sprint. So the sprint goal was to map YakShaver 360 user and project tables into the current existing tables that we already have in the portal. Let's continue to the internal hours. Stephen and myself were full-time. Zeno, Rick, and Callum were partially on client work as well as on YakShaver work. If we look at the details of our sprint, Rick fixed a very important bug which caused screenshots to be broken. Rick, can you give us some details to that PBI?
Sure. Stephen and I go ahead to replace the image link by regenerating the link. Initially, we were deciding to retry the shapes and regenerate a PBI, but we realized that's not a good approach. The reason being that the PBI might be already worked on. It might be already assigned to a sprint. So we decided not to touch it. So instead, we just regenerate the link and replace it within the PBI description. That's an easier way to go. So Stephen and I take half of PBI each, and then we fix them all.
Adam, do you have any questions specifically to that? As this was quite a big.
I guess I didn't fully follow. So you had an existing PBI that had a broken image on it. You opened up the existing one and replaced the image, did you?
Yes, that's the approach we take.
And you had to open up every one of them manually.
Correct.
And how long did that take you, and how many were there?
There were a total 35, and Stephen and I probably spent half an hour each.
Oh, not half an hour times 35, 1 hour in total.
Oh, sorry. If it's in parallel, yes, half an hour.
Okay, half an hour each, which is 1 hour, 1 man hour.
Correct.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Okay, so everything was fixed. And now, when I saw it got fixed, when I then did a YakShave, I noticed something else that was odd. The video wasn't on YouTube. The video was now, I don't know, I think in Azure Blob Storage or something. Is that another change that happened?
It should not. Do you remember which project it was? Because some of the projects are configured to use basically Azure and SharePoint.
Oh, it wasn't in SharePoint. Well, yeah, it looked like it was. I think it was in Azure Blob Storage, or it wasn't on YouTube. That's all I know, and I don't think it was. Was there any changes made to do with the location of the videos?
Yes.
Was it done via 360?
No, I didn't use 360.
Did you mention it to the team? It might be useful if we could have a quick look at it, maybe outside of this meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, is it related to this, and was there a change in the last week or two or three?
Can we see shapes?
So we're gonna have a look, because I think it could be related to some of the changes that we made through 360.
Right.
So there could have something happen. We investigate this further outside of the.
But is your intention to have 3 possible locations for videos, or just 2?
Just 2, as far as I know, which should be SharePoint. Well, technically 3, which should be SharePoint hosted on SSW. Bring your own SharePoint or YouTube.
Right, but from a UX point of view, it's either SharePoint or YouTube.
Yeah, it should be. But yeah, I reckon something happened when we integrated the 360, because before the videos were hosted on Vercel Blob, and we moved that to Azure Blob. So yeah, probably something went wrong there.
And why don't you keep that and give people a third option if they don't want YouTube and they don't want
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. The reason why we added that extra option in the first place was so that we didn't need everyone to add their YouTube credentials or their Office 365 credentials, because those were just hurdles getting in the way
Yeah.
of people using it. So
I thought it was
I think we have,
interesting. Yeah.
if we can have another option that doesn't need anything, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
certainly
right.
we can add that.
Okay.
All right, cool. So the next PBIs here on the list, which were done by Steven and myself, were basically finalizing the technical aspect of the YakShaver 360 integration. And that is an end-to-end. It's now working on the staging portal. I added some screenshots here where we basically went through the recording on the staging, and it created a PBI for us. So the next coming sprint, we aim to release it to production. There's just a few UI tweaks that we need to do, which we will do very early in the sprint, and then get some people to test it out and give us some feedback. Then we also have a new feature. Adam, I think you will like it very much, since you asked a few times how you can watch shaves done by a particular user. So I have a quick done video here. Let me share the sound and let's watch it.
YakShaver now keeps a complete history of every shave a person has made. This is Alex Blum's profile, and it has a brand new Shaves tab. Open it, and you'll see every shave Alex has recorded. Each row is one captured idea turned into a work item, with the original video, a title, the repository, and a direct link to the GitHub issue it created. And you can filter by any time range to see exactly what someone has been working on. A per-person view of everything they've shaved, all in one place.
I love how that was like almost you. Did you clone your voice?
I did, but I used the instant voice clone, which only requires like 30 seconds. So,
Was that 11 Labs? Or?
So
yeah, 11 hours.
So yeah, I heard a little bit of the uncanny valley within 5 seconds, and then I heard a British accent.
That was
It
American.
was still. I heard a bit British.
It's his weird
but
German
anyway.
American hybrid becomes British.
Yeah,
I know.
but I thought it was good to see it. It's not something I'd put live on the channel.
It was very
but,
concise. It was a 30-second video, and it showed off the feature pretty well.
Yeah.
yeah, it did show off the feature. Yeah, so that was good. Now, yeah, so you can see a. Can you switch to another person? Can you just show me how you switched from Alex to Michaela?
Yeah, let me find her. If I spell her right.
MIC.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay. And how do I see the count?
There's
I think you should
currently,
have shaves. Can you put in brackets the number, and on shave projects in brackets the number, just on both those?
yeah, we certainly can do that. Steven, could you make a note on that?
Just a security worry. Who can see this?
Anybody who's in the tenant.
So Michaela can see Alex's and Alex's. So, okay, so that could be a problem, right? Because sometimes you might be shaving to a secure group, thinking only that secure group will see this accounting information or whatever. And now all of a sudden you didn't realize your whole organization has access to those videos. Could we make it so that if the use the same authentication as the group, like if it goes to a backlog, if you have access to that backlog, you can see that video. If you don't have access to that backlog, you can't see that video.
It is possible.
It's probably a pain.
Yeah,
I'm just worried about it because one of the big backlashes I get about this is like, okay, but I'm sharing my screen. Who's going to see my screen? And the answer I've always given is only the people you want to see your screen, but that's not true anymore.
Yeah, so the easy solution to that is we can make this shaves button only visible to admin users.
Or just give the backlog URL instead of the video link, so that if they want to see it, they have to go via the backlog and they have to have access to the backlog to see it. So you can see that a shave was done, but you'd have to have access to the backlog to see what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely we can make some changes and improvements to that to account for that. I think once we, like after the meeting, we create the PBI and then we can discuss the details, I guess, with stakeholders and product owners.
Okay.
So yeah, certainly we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a think about that one.
Known to that security.
While we're on that screen, I'm just going to tell you the shave status is horrible. It's a green thing with a tick in it. I can't see anything else. I assume it means done, but I don't think it looks nice. It looks like there's writing there you can't read. I would just make it I would make it a tick box, you know, an emoji tick with the word done, I guess, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean,
Who's taking down these notes?
AI.
Thank you. Oh, AI.
We've got the transcript. We will just plug this into AI and get PBIs out of it.
Okay.
yeah, moving on with the continue of the items that we did in the sprint. So we also added in the system info some debug information that helps us, the team, to see the configuration, which is also only available to admin. So if you're non-admin, you will see a log saying that you require admin permission to view these details. And then another big bug fix that we did was fixing existing SSW user, which got assigned to a custom tenant. Rick, can you give us some quick details to that?
Why is the title there twice each time, by the way?
It's probably because we bolded it and then we resynced it, and the skill basically doubled it up. I will fix it up before I send it by.
Yep. All right. So regarding this issue, it's because we have people in SSW with different email address. So some people have alias and some people have just one email address. For people who have more than two email addresses, they will be assigned to a new tenant. And this is a bug. And now it has been fixed in production. And I've also relocate the impacted users back to SSW tenant.
Very good. All right. And then we have a whole bunch of bug fixes and fixes on the desktop app. I have a whole bunch of videos for that. Do you guys want to quickly have a look at them?
Yeah, sure. If they're quick.
They're all pretty short.
They're all like around a minute.
This walks through pull request 892, which surfaces broken configuration right on the settings navigation, issue 878. First, the bug. On the current build, when a setting is misconfigured, here there is no GitHub token saved, the settings side navigation gives you no clue. Every tab looks normal, so you would only discover the problem by opening that exact page. Now the fix. Any tab with a critical configuration issue shows an amber warning indicator, and hovering it explains exactly what is wrong. Here. Releases flags that no GitHub token is saved. The detection is conservative. It only flags a problem it can positively confirm, never while a check is still loading, and it is one shared component, so the treatment is identical on every page.
That's the next
This
one.
walks through pull request 885 for issue 869, warning you on the home screen when a backlog provider cannot be reached. YakShaver files work items through providers like GitHub, Jira, and Azure DevOps. Right now, Jira is disconnected, but look at the home screen. There is no warning anywhere. You would have no idea anything was wrong until you started a shave and it silently failed to create your work item.
We pause for a sec. Where is it getting this context?
Which context?
Like, how does it know to explain that so eloquently? Like, how does it know enough information? It's
From the
The
PR.
ABI.
and which was YakShaver
Yeah.
in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. I love it.
Now the fix. The moment a connected backlog provider goes unhealthy, Home shows a clear banner. Here, Jira is disconnected, so it warns that new backlog items cannot be created until it is reconnected. It only flags providers that are enabled and confirmed unhealthy, so a disabled or unrelated server never triggers a false alarm. And the OpenMCP settings button takes you straight there to reconnect.
You almost couldn't tell that that's an AI. That sounds like that's what Callum sounds like when he explains bugs.
Pretty much.
Weird inflection at the end.
That is
Sound like
the
what
more
it's
advanced training. You do the
The pro voice clone, yeah.
Ah,
voice.
right. Okay. So you could do that too, and it would be less American.
Yeah, you need to upgrade one of the
11 labs.
yeah.
Yeah, I uploaded my last user group, so I have
Right.
now
Hours of content.
training it.
That's cool.
Okay, this is the next.
This walks through
bug.
pull request 881 for issue 596. The YouTube login that seems to hang. When you click connect, the app waits for you to authorize in your browser. On the current build, if that authorization never completes, here I let it time out, the app just silently gives up. The button quietly reverts to connect with no message at all. You are left with no idea whether it failed, timed out, or what to do next. Now the fix, the same timeout, but now the app tells you what happened. After waiting, the card clearly shows timed out waiting for YouTube OAuth tokens and offers a connect button to try again. Behind the scenes, it also classifies the failure with a structured reason and logs each phase with timings, and it never logs your tokens. So instead of a silent dead end, you get an honest, actionable message.
Any questions so far? Otherwise, I continue with the next videos.
No, it's good. It's excellent.
This is really good.
Yeah, by the way, they're all done in parallel with minimal input from me,
Yeah.
which is the best part.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Right,
This
the
is
next
bug 833 in YakShaver
This one was with the
desktop.
old, this was the first one that I did. So this was before I used the Pro Voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why it's different.
Yeah, you can definitely hear the difference.
The app can report success even when no work item was ever created. Here I process a clip describing a bug. Watch the workflow
More
run.
describing.
Every single stage goes green, including executing task, and the run is reported as a success. But no backlog is connected, so nothing was actually filed. The AI just drafted a work item as text and gave up, yet the app shows complete success.
Yeah, move a bit forward because
Never
there was a
checked
long
whether
gap.
a work item was actually created. Here is the fix. The same run now reports a real outcome. Executing task turns red with a clear error. No work item was
Clear
created.
error.
Your backlog connection may be signed out. Please reconnect and try again. Success is now reported only when a backlog item is genuinely created. Bug 833, found, reproduced, fixed, and verified.
Let's keep that. All right, Callum, I think you need to give some context regarding this code.
Oh, yeah, so all the done videos we just saw were fixing some bugs that had been sitting in the desktop backlog for a while. I thought since no one was actively working on that project, it was a good testing ground for the AI pipeline. This done video we're about to see is a new feature that I added because one of the pains that I had with using YakShaver desktop is it uses GPT 5.2 and you need to put your OpenAI API key in there and then it uses the API. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why it's not that good. So rather than trying to upgrade it to 5.5 and all that, if you're already using Claude Code and you're already paid for a Claude Code subscription, what I want is the ability to switch YakShaver desktop to just use Claude Code as the orchestration module rather than using the OpenAI API. So that way, basically every YakShave you do with Claude Code is free because you're already paying for the subscription, plus it uses Opus 4.8 because it's smarter. Play the done video, please.
YakShaver desktop turns a quick ramble into a polished work item, but
This
the
is a
AI
good one.
doing that thinking defaulted to GPT 5.2, running on a cloud key you had to bring yourself. One more secret to manage: a bill creeping up each month, your transcripts and prompts leaving your machine, and you tied to that one provider's model. But you have probably already got Claude Code running right here. So why pay twice? Hand the orchestration to your local Claude Code, no extra key, no extra bill on the sign-in you already have. And instead of GPT 5.2, the reasoning runs on Opus 4.8. A much more capable model, so the work items come out better. It runs locally and reaches every connected tool, GitHub, Azure DevOps, and Jira through one secure front door. Pick Claude Code from the orchestrator dropdown, then shave as normal. At the executing task step, the Claude Code badge shows it is in the driver's seat, and you watch its reasoning and each tool call stream by, live. Then it files the work item through your connected MCP server. Here is the GitHub issue it just created. Shipping alongside it, a Claude Code skill that configures YakShaver's MCP servers and settings for you. Just ask in plain English and skip the confusing manual data entry. Claude Code orchestration, now in YakShaver desktop by SSW.
A little bit awkward on some of the abbreviations, but anyway.
So sorry, can I just so I understand that? So you're saying that it was using 5.2 to just point things to the right place, or to actually like do the
Everything.
end to end,
Everything.
like the copy for the work item and everything.
Everything.
Okay. So now, if you are using Claude Code on your computer and you're using the desktop app of YakShaver,
Yep.
it will.
If you
whatever
swap
your
it to Claude Code, then yeah,
And what if you're on your Claude Code, you're using Sonnet?
it's whatever the default is.
Okay, all right. Pretty cool. What if you're not using Claude Code?
Then you can't use it.
And it will still use 5.2.
Well, then there's an error in there. So if you set it to Claude Code and you don't have Claude Code configured on your machine, it has an error that says you need to configure Claude Code.
Oh, so you have to have Claude Code to use YakShaver now.
No.
You have to have Claude Code if you want to use Claude Code orchestration.
So if you don't have Claude Code, you're stuck with GPT 5.2.
Correct.
Can we update that to 5.5?
And to the back.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Should be easy.
Adam, do you have any questions to any videos or backlog items that we discussed so far?
No, all super cool.
Yeah, these videos are great. Like, I'm understanding everything. Especially with bugs, I never understand everything. Because sometimes it gets a bit technical, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, these are this.
And we never have enough time to do a full done video for a bug.
And they're concise. They're like a minute and a half max.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Thank you very much, guys. Okay, I'll move on to the recent velocity. So originally we committed 19 points. We delivered 21. So that's a percentage of 111. Now our velocity. Right, for research and development, I hand it to Stephen. Oh, Zeno. Sorry. Zeno, can you give us the research and development and the AI tool usage?
No, he's dropped out.
You dropped
So
off. Okay.
the R&D was the, I mentioned the Claude Code orchestration that I added, obviously is pretty cool. I think that really makes YakShaver desktop, especially once we get back to Fable, if we can get Fable 5 back again, having YakShaver just automatically use Fable 5 would be outstanding. And the other thing that I wanted to mention for R&D that isn't written there is the whole AI pipeline. So the dev, review, and done video, or just parallel spamming many pull requests, I think is awesome. As for AI tool usage, we should have bolded the ones that are different to last week.
None.
No difference to last week. Tom, why are you on 5.4, GPT 5.4 rather than 5.5?
Haven't updated.
Oh, not interested in the latest model? Or you find 5.4 is better?
So far, I didn't have any issues with it. I think 5.5 was extra, which I didn't have at that point of time. But yeah, if it's part of the regular plan, I certainly can update.
Right. Okay.
Right, cool. Let's look through the AI stats. So looking at the Claude stats, it was pretty accurate. We discussed those done items. There's not anything interesting to call out. Similar with the Copilot stats, I was obviously speaker number one since I facilitated the whole sprint. Then Callum, followed by Zeno, Stephen, and Rick. Rick had to drop out throughout the meeting, but that was fine. And yeah, the sprint goal that Copilot picked out was also pretty accurate.
Can I clarify what that means? That means that if you're using this new way to record via the actual portal, your stats will go into where all your stats are for everything else as well.
Correct. So before, just to give you some context, it was still separated. So when you used staging to record your shaves, it was completely separated, didn't count in your My Shaves, leaderboard, etc. That is now completed. So that counts now. We can also have a quick look here. If I go to the staging one, since we did some live recordings today.
Is the 360 thing live on the actual portal now or still on staging?
Still on staging. The plan is to go live in the coming sprint. There's a few UI changes we want to make that we are aware of. It's a little bit cumbersome, but yeah, in the middle of the sprint, we're planning to onboard some users on the production version of that, and yeah, get some feedback from them. But yeah, so if we look at the shaves today, so I did one 2 hours ago. So the whole end-to-end is working for 360.
Somehow not work.
I need to look it up. If it might be that on staging we're not doing it. All right, let's look at the sprint retrospective. Stephen, can you please go through that?
Yeah, sure. So what went well, as we demonstrated earlier, Callum said all PR with down video helping to power through YakShaver desktop app backlog. That's all the demo down video you have seen. And Tom also mentioned YakShaver 360 end-to-end working in portal staging now. And we are aiming to ship it to prod this week. And Callan also mentioned new cloud code orchestration make YakShaver desktop a lot more useful, in my opinion. Callan also mentioned YakShaver desktop having no devs actively working on it, so making it a great test ground for AI development. Zeno mentioned we have completed a lot of issues, and Callan's AI down video and the new desktop orchestrator are both very good. And the last but not least, actually, it's very exciting news. Zeno mentioned YakShaver 360 can be used in mainland China directly without any VPN access. That
nice work, Zeno. What did you have to do?
Is Zeno back in the meeting? I think he's
Zeno is back.
Okay.
Yeah, this. He's just. I think he tested and it completely able to use it without any extra setting up. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zeno.
Well, who accepted his pull request? Did he make any changes?
No, he just tested.
So he just tested the 360 on staging end to end, and it worked.
Okay, that's great. That's good to know. Just the way you said it sounded like because usually for all the Chinafy stuff, there's a bit of work to do.
Yeah, so saved us some effort on Chinafying 360. What went didn't go well? Tom said no designers available for the UI UX work for the new portal shave. Rick also mentioned YakShaver teams wasn't passing project descriptions to AIs. It's causing wrong project being selected. And what's need to improve for next sprint? Callum mentioned if we prove the AI dev review video pipeline works well in YakShaver desktop app, we will roll it out to all internal projects next. Can also mention coming up next, skill-based project selection for 360. And Rick mentioned PR review is now being the bottleneck. Need more time to do the AI generated PRs.
Cool. Thank you, Steven. That's everything for the sprint retro. If nobody has any questions, we move on to the sprint forecast for sprint 116. All right, cool. So the sprint goal for the next sprint is to create YakShaver social media accounts on LinkedIn as well as on X, similar like Tina CMS has it already set up. Then, as mentioned, we want to fix up a few UX issues for the YakShaver on the YakShaver portal for the new experience to record YakShaves through the portal, and finalize the production release as well. So looking at the details on the sprint backlog, those are definitely the priority to get YakShaver 360 out. And then we have a whole bunch of PRs that Callum basically vibe coded, jacked into the sprint. It's a massive list. We want to go through them, or as many as possible, after we deployed the new YakShave experience to the portal.
I'd say meta developed rather than vibe coded.
Okay, thank you, Callum. Meta develop. And I think all of them have also done videos, so it should be fairly easy to go through them.
Hopefully, and hopefully we'll be able to sort of iron out any kinks in the process as well. So any issues with any of the PRs, rather than just editing the PR and then accepting it, we'll throw it away and regenerate with an updated skill, and hopefully it'll be better.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So is this all using your tokens? You know what I mean? Like you've got your max 20 plan. Is this all going against your plan?
Correct. Used up about 50 million tokens on the weekend doing these 30 pull requests.
Right. All right. Okay. So this is a way to cut through the massive noise we have in our backlog.
Yeah, exactly.
Wicked.
Yeah, and this is our proving ground, right? So if we get it working in YakShaver desktop, there's really no reason why we couldn't just roll out to every internal SSW project.
Yeah. What's the like? Is this something you have to kick off? Do you have to work out? Yes, this is a bug that is.
No, I'm not doing anything
So how is it choosing which ones to do? It's just going from the
based on what I told it to do. Look for small bugs that are easily shown in a done video.
And is this running on a cron, or do you have to do this manually every week?
Slash loop, which does create a cron job. Yeah.
You can do also.
But like after this meeting, do you go and set up that slash loop, or is this something that will happen every week?
Well, I just run it whenever I feel like cleaning up the backlog. At the moment,
So a loop only lasts for 7 days. Claude code loop only lasts for 7 days. It's the cron job.
Right. So
I wouldn't worry too much about the specifics. We can obviously
we can
fully automate it.
but I mean, if it's working this well, it sounds awesome. We should.
Well, we haven't cleared up these 30 PRs yet.
Well, you did. How many did you do last week?
6.
Pretty good.
There was 36 total. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, keep
Let's see how we go next week.
Yeah. So the other thing is
started.
probably going through the videos and seeing if it's useful or not, because obviously users will create all kinds of PBIs in the backlog, and some of them may be, we don't necessarily want to implement.
Yeah, our job will become deciding what is actually good PR or a good. I guess we would automatically create the PR, and then we can decide if we want it or not. Yeah.
Cool. So if there are no further questions, let's look at the AI stats. So looking at the Claude stats, that's very accurate as well. So nothing special to call out there, except Copilot didn't pick up all 3 sprint goals. It just picked up the main goal, which is finalizing the YakShaver 360 in the portal. That's pretty much it. Let's look at something fun now, at the Tiger stats. Right. Can you please walk through us and take over the screen share?
So are we playing the Tiger stats video, or are we just looking through the dashboard?
We can do either both, or do you want to play the video?
Let's play the video. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Are you able to play it?
Maybe go through it. I don't know where it is.
I just posted it in the meeting chat.
Okay, let's open the video.
Share the system sound. Last latest message.
See it. Okay, there it is.
Here's YakShaver Sprint 115, the parts that matter in 2 minutes. The goal landed. 360's user and project tables are now mapped into the main tables, and recordings integration shipped early. Plus serious bug fixing. A GitHub token bug quietly deleting tenant integration records, and a user assignment bug that took scanning 96 databases. But the standout was automation. Callum demoed a full AI pipeline. 30 pull requests auto-generated for the desktop app, plus AI-narrated done videos recorded with Playwright. A new Claude Code orchestration lets YakShaver drop the, quote, crappy GPT model for local Claude Code. This walkthrough, same kind of tech. Then, a genuinely strategic find. Zeno ran the entire 360 workflow from mainland China with no VPN, and it all works. That quietly opens up a whole new market for the web version. Now, the elephants in the room. 360 is about to ship with UX the team openly admits is bad, because designer resources were denied, and you only get one chance at a first impression. The retro skipped again, and 30 AI pull requests are now a review bottleneck. A few risks worth flagging. The 360 production environment is reachable by URL if anyone finds it. That token fix is live in staging, but not yet production. And definition of done is slipping. Rick had to remind the team a task isn't done until it's actually deployed. The through line, 360's release keeps slipping, and the honest call is it won't ship next sprint without a hard deadline. Strong execution, real innovation, but the 360 finish line is still the open question. That's your week.
Awesome. Okay, we probably need to do something about the sound effects. I love them, but maybe
louder.
maybe they're a little bit too much.
They're all right. Doesn't matter.
Oh, you guys are the worst. Wakes you up, I suppose.
Maybe just modulate the volume a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Cool, that was everything. If nobody has any further question, we will upload the sprint review and retro meeting to our SSW YakShaver channel.
All right, arguably the best sprint review I've ever seen.
Thank you very much, Yuli. I appreciate that.